Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this off-shoulder bustier dress with a triangular peplum. If this is a video you're interested in, please keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Now let's get right into drafting. I'll begin by extending my tape measure for the off shoulder, starting my shoulder measurement by 7 inches. My shoulder to bust line will be 9 inches, shoulder to bust point 10.5, shoulder to under bust 14.5, and shoulder to waist 16 inches. I'll mark those measurements. Please ensure that your measurements are well accurate before you draft on your pattern. So right now I'm just extending the lines and will continue with the drafting of the pattern. It's an off shoulder, so I extended my tape measure by 7 inches. That's where I want my starting line to be. I'll proceed next by labeling it. My starting line at the 7 inches line, my bust line at 9 inches, bust point 10.5, under bust 14.5, and waist 16 inches. So I'll mark my shoulder measurement. Shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2. That will give me 8 inches. I'll mark it both on the starting line and on the bust line, and I'll proceed by marking my nipple to nipple measurements. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2, that will give me 4, plus 0.5 inches or so in allowance, that will give me 4.5. I've gone ahead to mark that measurement. I'll take in 1 inch on both sides for my dart. You can do 1.5 inch on both sides if you're a big size person. So I'll go upwards and mark 1 inch as well on both sides, and I'll curve my dart just as shown. I'll proceed to curving my dart just as shown. I'll also be connecting my waistline to my underbust. I'll be connecting the darts just as shown, and I'll curve my dart upwards to meet the bust point. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing. Please just watch the video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I'll be sure to reply. Right now, I'll be inputting my measurement, my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, and I'll be coming down to my bust line to input my bust round measurement. Bust round is 42 divided by 4, that will give me 10.5. Waist is 38 divided by 4, that will give me 9.5. I've gone ahead to do and mark that measurement. I curved my armhole to meet my bust line to meet my starting line, and I connected my waistline to my bust line. So right here we have the off shoulder. So because I took in 2 inches of dart, I'll be replacing that dart at the starting line, and I'll be replacing the dart as well on the bust line. I'll be going by 1 inch because I want the armhole to cover the whole of my underarm. So that's why I extended by 1 inch, and I added 2 inches of sewing allowance to the bust line and the waistline, and I went ahead to connect the lines together. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, please just watch the video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply. And with that, we are done with the fourth pattern. The next thing now is to cut out our pattern. If you have watched my video to this point, please give this video a like so that YouTube can push up my content. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for liking. So right now, I'm going ahead to cut out my pattern, and after cutting, as usual, I'll go ahead to pin down my pattern paper just to see how the outcome would look like. Remember, it's an off-shoulder bustier dress, so I've pinned it down, and this is what we have at the end of the day. You want to ensure that your pattern comes out looking like this. Yes, your pattern comes out looking like this. Now, if you want to pad this pattern, you can proceed to padding with bra cups or wadding or soft interface. Now, for the peplum part, I'll proceed to, because I have pattern paper. Because I'm working with a pattern paper, I'll proceed to marking my measurement. My waist is 38 divided by 3.14, that's my waist radius. I got 12.1, and I'll be using that measurement. But because I'm drafting on pattern paper, I won't be using my total measurement. But if you're drafting on fabric, please use the entire measurement. So I'll be marking 6 inches, that's half of my waistline, just to illustrate how the peplum is supposed to come out. Please, when you're drafting on fabric, use your waistline radius, whatever you get from your waistline radius, please use that measurement. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm working with a pattern paper, that's why I'm using 6 inches. I marked 6 inches from the top to meet that 6 inches mark, and I went ahead to curve it, and that will start as my waistline. So right now, for the design of the peplum, I'll proceed now to marking 10 inches for my length. On the two sides on the thumbnail of the picture, you notice that 10 inches is enough for the length on the side. You can do 12 inches, but maximum should not be more than 12 inches. So I marked 10 inches for the length on both sides of the peplum. Then I'll proceed to connecting a line from that 10 inches to meet the triangular part of the peplum. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, just watch the video on how I drafted this. From the 10 inches mark, I'll mark it to me the triangular part. Now that we are done connecting the lines, I'll open it up so that you can see what we have at the end of the day after cutting out. You want to take your time in cutting out your pattern, and this is what we have at the end of the day. Now, the way, if you cut it this way, you have both the front and the back pattern. So when you are adding, you can add allowance for your zipper allowance, because at the back of the dress on the thumbnail, it came with a corset loop at the back and a zipper on the peplum. So you add your zipper allowance of 1 inch. So right now I just open it, slit it open, and this is what we have at the end of the day. That's the back and this is the front. This is how you want your pattern to come out looking like. The two sides are there, so you join your waistline to meet your hem of your bodice, of your bustier bodice. So we have the front pattern. Now for the back pattern, the upper part, you have a corset loop for the back. That was she wore. The corset loop is for the back, a simple corset. That was she did for the back. I'm doing this step because of beginners watching my tutorial. I've gone ahead to mark 1 inch of zipper allowance, my bust line, my starting line, my bust point, and my waist. We are drafting for the back, so we don't need much measurement for the back. So I marked my shoulder measurement to my bust line as well, and I connected the lines to meet each other for my waist. I repeated the same measurement for the back. So right now the next thing to do is, for your corset loop, I'll be downwards, I'll be going in by 1.5, and for the upper part I'll be going in by 3 inches. That's how wide I want the back to be. If I were wearing this dress, that's how I want my corset back to look like. 3 inches and 1.5 inches at the down part. So right now I'm just illustrating how the corset should look like, the corset back loop should look like, and for that we are done with the back pattern. So I added 2 inches of sewing allowance as well for the back pattern, and with that connected the lines. We are done with the back pattern. It's a really simple tutorial, it's a really simple dress. Now I want to add, for the upper part of the off shoulder, that's the cape for the off shoulder, you have to take the measurement, like the round measurement of the person's biceps and the arms. You have to take that measurement all the way around in order to get that cape she used at the top of the bustier. So after that you are done with the outfit, and this is the outcome of our pattern. Please ensure you like, subscribe, and share this video. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. Thank you for watching. Bye.